sat here with Kaine Harris. We did a financial freedom challenge together.
Come on! I thought you'd be really good at sales. We desperately need the money.
When we met, you were 16, you had no money, you just were recovering from cancer on the back end of chemotherapy, working class. You're about as self-made as you can get.
I'm looking on social media, I see people making money and they go and splash out.
Right.
But that's just social media.
You can win the lottery, and statistically, you're going to lose all that money. I know you completed on the house.
Picked up the keys literally a couple of days ago.
But the day of completion, you messaged me and said, "Yay, I'm completing today." And then you went, "Oh, my lawyer's asking to be paid. I need to pay him a couple thousand. I don't have a couple thousand." Oh, geez, that car that I got you, I think that might have cost me about 3,000. How much did they give you for it?
Like 750.
No, they didn't.
So that 30-bedroom hotel, I sold that for 12,000 sourcing fee.
Wow, man. What's the lesson?
Sounded too good to be true.
Did you feel like quitting at that point? I'm sat here with Kaine Harris. We did a financial freedom challenge together and we spent 1 week together.
Yeah.
And now it's been, I think, 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Has it been about 4 months?
Yeah, about 4 months.
And I wanted to sit down with you and find out what you've done since, how business is going since we spent that week together.
Okay.
So firstly, thanks for coming down to Dubai. How are you finding Dubai?
It's really nice. I mean, the weather's changed a lot. And yeah, man, you got a nice place, so.
It's great to have you, man. And we've been spending the week together here as well, but this time more, you know, just enjoying things. We've not had a chance to sit down one-on-one and talk about what you've done exactly. But firstly, I know you completed on the house, which was absolutely epic.
Picked up the keys literally a couple of days ago.
That is absolutely. Have you been there yet?
Yeah, I've been there.
What did it look like?
Yeah, it's the exact same when we viewed it. Yeah, it's really nice.
So how does it feel to be the youngest landlord in Britain?
It boosts my ego. You know, you walk around thinking, I own that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For me, I had the same thing. I remember when I got my first property, I was a teenager as well. And it gave me like a real buzz. And I was like, wow, I own that. It's amazing. People spend their whole life saving up money to get on the property ladder. So for me, it was like a real boost, but that boost actually helped me. It gave me confidence to think, oh, I know what I'm doing, man, to move on. So I don't know how you, or for you, is it just like ego or what's going on?
No, it's a stepping stone, isn't it? It's a stepping stone into life. And it's also, it did make me sit back and think, people have never bought a house in their entire lives. People go their entire lives and they've never buy a house. I was actually speaking to an older couple. They've been married for like 60 odd years, right? I asked them if they're into property. They said, yeah, they've been renting their entire life, never owned a house in their entire life. That shocked me. It took me back to obviously what I'm doing now. It made me appreciate what I had more and also made me appreciate you a lot more for helping me out at this age, you know?
And you are 17 still.
Yeah.
You're turning 18
End of this month, yeah.
What else has happened then? So it's been like 4 months. What's happened in terms of deal sourcing? You had a hotel that we were looking at. Is that
so
going
on the lease option side, on the hotel, the business partner we met at Liverpool in the Circle, it's still going.
What's his name again? That guy,
Ryan.
So you met him at the
networking event.
The networking event, and the whole he asked you for a beer and you couldn't buy it.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that like for real? Has it happened? Like.
Yeah, I mean, I had some cash. I took him to the bar.
Did he know that you was he messing with you, or did he genuinely not know?
I mean, he knew that I was 17, but we just didn't think I'd get ID'd. Right. And then I asked him what drink he wanted. He said he wanted a beer. I went to get him a beer, and they asked me for my ID. Yeah. So a bit awkward. He had to get his own beer, and then we still did business though. We ended up having to sit down. I had a pint of water, and then and then a couple of days later, we viewed the hotel and the car you bought me. And yeah, he went ahead with it. And we're still in legals at the minute. There's loads more stuff that needs to be done.
It can take time.
That's the truth.
And what I mean, typically it takes 3 to 6 months to buy a house. Yeah. You've got legals. We push the Scotland. And Scotland's quite fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was your solicitor totally fine then with you the whole time? Because it was really tough, wasn't it, getting a lawyer?
He was totally fine. He was, probably the hardest part of the week was finding him.
Yes.
Without him, it was like challenge failed, right?
So what was the name of the solicitors then?
Daniel, I don't.
Daniel was the guy's name, but you don't remember the name of the firm?
No. So I don't know. I just don't remember the name.
We'll need to leave a link in the description and give a shout out to the firm. Also, as well, give a shout out to Tatiana RS Law.
The RS Law.
RS Law.
Tatiana was quick on everything.
Because she was representing you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the. No, I don't even remember, man.
It was Tatiana was representing you, I think. Daniel was representing
for the
me.
Stanley Lease Finance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel was representing me, but then there was a third solicitor that was representing Tatiana.
So how much
that
do you
was
have to pay for
representing you.
legal fees and all that? Like how much?
I had to pay $2,500.
Now I had a bit of a fright because this won't have been in the doc, but the day of completion, you messaged me and said, "Yay, I'm completing today," and then you went, "Oh, my lawyer's asking to be paid. I need to pay him a couple thousand." I don't have a couple thousand.
Yeah.
I've spent, oh, geez. What happened there? Because that kind of stressed me out.
So, well, it stressed me out all morning as well. So I booked my trip to Dubai. I've paid for some stuff in the future. I've got, obviously, all my money is going towards Scotland House and the Blackpool Hotel. It's money being put in there. I had literally £500 in my account. And I know my solicitor's fees were £850, but I knew I could have sorted that. And then he asked me for $2,500.
Why?
That morning. I don't know. I still don't know.
Why did he ask you for $2,500?
I don't know, but it needed to be paid there and then. So I actually don't know. I didn't really read the invoice. I just knew that I needed to pay $2,500. So I messaged you. I said, right, I need $2,500. Let me sort it out. Ended up getting a loan off a mate who's actually, he's invested in one of my third hotels as well. So I just got a loan off a mate.
So you got a third hotel now?
I got a third hotel as well. Yeah.
Bro, that's surreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
So a lot's happened.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot's happened.
How are you managing your money? Because I'll find if you go on Google and you type in how to become a millionaire, it will say save, budget, invest. You haven't really done that at all. You've not worked hard and saved up and invest. You've just been like, rah, and gone to town. How are you managing your money and how are you making sure that, because as an entrepreneur, the fact that legal fees bill comes in, it can be a bit, load of money 1 minute and then it goes out and you invest it and then hotel, you've got to pay for furniture.
Yeah.
You know, how are you kind of managing things to make sure that you're in cash flow is good?
So now, after the challenge, I know I had the blip with the legal fee, but that was a bit of a one-off for me now. But now,
unexpected $2,500.
Just
That's
an
a month's salary for a lot of people.
Yeah. So I could just snap with that straight away. What I do now, every time I get paid from deal sourcing, 50% of it I have no control of. Like, as in, I'll send it to a different bank account and that will just save it.
Right.
And then the other 50%, I can just have to do whatever I need to do. As in,
spend it, have fun with it.
Have fun.
Yeah. That's good.
But also, ever since the conversation you and me had, when
we had this conversation.
We was having dinner. It was you, me, Noah, and Connor in that restaurant. And then you grilled me on like I shouldn't have booked that trip to Dubai. Remember? With my family.
Tell me about that conversation.
I flew myself out business class. I booked out a 4-bed penthouse in Dubai. I paid for 4 family members to fly out to Dubai. I paid for everything. And I just splashed out on a nice holiday.
Went skint doing it.
Yeah. So you had a conversation with me saying you should just cancel the trip. And I was like, you know what, you're right. But also, I've paid for it. I also spent $2,500 on an Andrew Tate fight ticket that I can't really get a refund on. And even if I didn't go, I couldn't get all my money back. So I was like, right, I've got to go ahead with it. So I did the holiday. Obviously, I enjoyed the holiday. I really enjoyed it. My family really enjoyed it. But then in my head, it was like time to actually get serious and build wealth for myself.
Yeah.
And I've had loads of conversations with older people. And me 6 months ago would have called them boring. But me now would have been like, oh yeah, you're smart with money, you know?
I think it's a balance. I think what you're doing is good now because you're saying I'm putting half of my money away and then I'm spending the other half.
Yeah.
I mean, what I did was I had different accounts. I had 6 different accounts. So I had my 50% was my necessities, a bit like what you're doing. And then I had 10% invest. I had 10% save. I had 10% invest into my education. I had 10% play, which would just be like, oh, I'm just going to absolutely go. I had 10% give.
Oh yeah.
give away. So that's how I manage my money. So if I made £1,000, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll put it, and I've got 6 little accounts, 6 bank accounts. But the problem is with a lot of people is they're either like you, big spender, where you'll make 10,000 from selling a couple deals, but whoa, and spend it.
Yeah.
But then people like that can end up being skint. Make money, spend it, and then it's stressful. And then there's other people there that will make 10 grand and they'll save the whole thing, or live off 500 and drive a Honda, and then the other 9.5 invest. But that way, you're almost in poverty mindset, and you're in a scarcity mentality. So I think it makes sense to separate your money up. So I think what you're doing now is much better.
Yeah, I definitely learned from that week, not just learn how to do deals, just learn how to actually manage money and just manage life, because also money's the way you live as well, you know.
I think you need 6 bank accounts. I think you should have 6. I'm not saying HSBC, Lloyds, Santander. Have different accounts within, and then every time you receive money, separate it up, and then that way it's just. And that way, when you're spending money on play stuff, you don't feel bad, because that's what it's there for. You know, you can literally use it to get massages and go to concerts and do whatever you want. Just absolutely blow it. 10% give. That's important as well. Have you given any money away?
I have actually. I saw a friend who was doing like 100 push-ups a day challenge. Yeah. I only donated £20, but I've been donating to. No, brother. But here's what I'm saying. I donated like £20 here and there to loads of different charities. Yeah. So
10% now. Just put 10%, and then every time you receive money, if you receive 10,000, put £1,000 into that account, and then that way it's just there. If it builds up, then bang, because that also makes you feel so abundant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you do things, and you can build things, and you can donate, and it actually does something within your.
Yeah.
And it also means when you're doing business and you're selling deals, in your back of your mind, you're thinking, I'm going to be giving, I know where some of this is going. It's almost like, I wouldn't say it's magical, but when you have your hands open and you give freely, you're also open to receive. So I think being generous is great that you've been given ad hoc. Yeah, £20 there, £100 there, £50 there, ad hoc. But if you actually put, when you get paid, just put, because another thing is some people can end up bankrupting themselves by being too generous.
Oh yeah.
Because I've been guilty of this, but I've got like, £100,000 in the account, and I sit now, I want to build a school, and then it's going to cost me 110. You put everything into it, and then you can't pay your own bills.
Yeah.
But actually, when you manage your money properly, and when you're faithful with what you've got, what happens is you're structured to then be able to grow much bigger and scale. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Tell me about your car then.
Okay.
Because you got a car, but you couldn't drive it. It's almost like being given a check that you can't cash yet.
Yeah.
And I did that on purpose. Because you've been trying to pass your test for almost a year now.
Yeah, literally.
And I thought, if I give you a car, now you're going to need to pass your test. And it worked. You did.
It worked.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. So, I got the car. I was driving it around. As I got a provisional license, I could drive it with a licensed passenger in the car.
Yes, sure.
So I was driving it around with like my mom and stuff like that. I actually took the investor from the networking event up to Blackpool. Usually a trip from Chester to Blackpool would take like 1.5 hours. It took us 3 hours because we couldn't go on the motorways. So took him up to Blackpool, out and we did the viewing, went back. Really good car, solid car. What I actually did, I got offered a Jeep Renegade at like quite a discounted price. It was worth like almost 10 grand. Got offered it at like 7.5 grand. Part exchanged it. So I kind of part exchanged a car. Yeah. Which I'm sorry about.
Hey, don't worry at all, man. It's good. I like it. I love to hear it. You leveled up.
Yeah.
So the car I gave you gave away. You traded for a.
I gave.
No, you didn't give. So hang on, that car that I got you, how much did that cost? I think that might have cost me about 3,000. How much did they give you for it?
Like 750.
No, they didn't.
No way.
Bro, you thought...
Did they do me over?
Mate, that car cost me 3,000. So you part X'd it and you got 750 for it. Oh, bro.
Oh.
And then you had to pay the difference, like almost 7 grand.
Yeah.
Bro, that is mad.
I would have negotiated a better deal.
Oh, mate. What's the lesson?
Sounded too good to be true.
How did it sound too good to be true?
No. The offer on the Jeep was too good to be true, as in they discounted it.
I guess if they discount it that much, is it genuinely worth 10 now? Because you thought that your car was worth 700 when it was worth 3, and thought their car was worth 10 when it was worth 7.
Maybe their car was worth 8.
I need to get this car valued now.
Yeah.
Jeez. Man, you got for moose, I think. How did you pay that?
Or maybe you overpaid.
Maybe I got for moose.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair, I didn't shop around. I bought that in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I bought it for about, I think it was 3,000. So how did you get the difference then? How did you pay the difference?
So that 30-bedroom hotel the one that we viewed in Blackpool,
Yeah.
a 30-bed, I sold that for 12,000 sourcing fee.
Wow. That wasn't, we didn't do that together, did we?
We didn't do that together. So that was over the time. So on that week, when we had that conversation at dinner, he was telling me that I need to work like all the time.
Yeah.
After the week, I didn't stop. Yeah, I was going to Dubai, but I didn't stop. Like in Dubai, I was always making calls and stuff. I sold it when I was in Dubai on that holiday, actually.
No.
Then he paid me $6,000 up front. Then after he viewed it and stuff, he gave me another $6,000. So I had 12,000. Just under 7 of that was to buy the car. And then...
Why did you need to buy that new car? Why couldn't you have just used that car that was perfectly good?
Because I know a lot of people that own Jeeps. And I've always wanted to drive one of them. And then I got a good offer on it. Maybe that's me being silly.
Oh, I think that was silly. You know what as well? You're 17. You're going to crash that Jeep so many times.
And I already have. I was turning onto a main road. There was a brick wall.
It'd be better to crash. The car I got you, £3,000 car, that's a good first car.
Yeah.
I think that was a mad decision, but I guess it is, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What's the plan now then? So you've got the lease options, you've got 3 hotels, you're making money from deal sourcing, good money from deal sourcing, you own your own property, you've got a mortgage on that, well, you've got debt on that property now.
Yeah.
How are you going to pay that back?
I'll just deal source it back.
Yeah.
I think I'll just sell a couple of deals and I'll pay it back.
Because we had a bit of an issue with that, didn't we? Which was that property you got bridging on through Samuel Leeds Finance.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And it's not super expensive. I think it's about 1% a month.
Yeah.
But it was such a cheap house. The rent will cover. You know what I mean? So it's fine. But the issue is, for you to refinance, it could be tricky because of your age.
Yeah.
So, and to get a buy-to-let mortgage, normally after 21. So what's the plan then? Is it just to literally deal source the bridge off?
Yeah, I can make 45,000 by deal sourcing, especially after what we learned on that.
And even if you can't, it's not a big deal. You're paying 1% a month.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the monthly payments on that interest only?
Like 450.
And is it rented out yet, that property?
Not yet. So there's always issues being under 18. So because I couldn't get building insurance on the property.
Yeah.
And I can own a property in Scotland under 18, but I can't be a landlord in Scotland under 18. I have to apply for a landlord license, which I won't accept until my 18th birthday.
Can't you do it on short stay lets like service accommodation?
I could, but that would mean I have to furnish it. Then
Which you can't be able to do because you're turning 18 later this month.
If it was 6 months away, then yeah. But
so would you recommend a 17-year-old buy a house, or do you actually think it's better to just wait till you're 18 and it's just you're too young?
I wouldn't recommend them do it because I want to be the youngest. No.
No, but if you were like teaching someone who's 16, would you say actually don't buy a house just yet, wait till you're 18, or would you say no, man, get one now?
No, I'd tell them to get it. I'd tell them to get it like right now. Surely, if they were 16, then they couldn't be a landlord till 18. Surely there's another way around it.
There would. You've not bothered to find a way around that little insurance thing because when are you turning 18? How long?
In just under 4 weeks. So at the end of this month. I turn 18 on the 27th of February.
Okay, so you've got a few weeks before you turn 18. But you could you do it as short stay lets if
I wanted to, yeah.
But then you just furnish it but you don't want to go down that road.
I've got 3 weeks to wait, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what's been the biggest takeaway for you then? The biggest lesson?
Biggest lesson really was the conversation we had at dinner. Genuinely, you didn't grill into me, but you wasn't grilling into me, but for my personality and the way I was acting, I felt like I was being grilled into, but I wasn't. So that conversation, as in not getting 10 grand and spending it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think otherwise? Do you think you would have just all the money you were making, you would have just been spending it?
100%.
But now you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're putting 50% of it aside, saving it up.
Yeah, because I obviously grew up in a world where I'm looking at social media, I see people making money and they go and splash out.
Right.
But that's just social media. Whereas a real life is a millionaire like you making £1 million a month, saving it, investing it, having nice things as well.
Yeah.
So
I deliberately try not to like show that lifestyle. I know you see my actual life and you know I live a good life, but I try not to have too much content with supercars, and I don't wear fancy watches and stuff because I want people to actually listen to my message as opposed to just be wowed by, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's important. What made you fall into that trap then, do you think? Social media, or what was it?
I think just growing up in the environment I was, it was always to be the best in the room, you have to be the loudest. So me, obviously, going business class and posting it, for me, I think I would have thought that looked really cool, but realistically, no one cares.
No one cares.
So,
you know who care? Broke people.
Yeah.
And broke people aren't going to be your investors anyway. Do you know what investors care about? Investors care about what value you can bring. They care about who you are, what's in you. Not what's on you, what's in you.
Yeah.
And when you meet with investors now and they can see your experience and they can, the fact you've leveled up your skills, your game, your character, that's what people care about.
Yeah.
Not what you got.
Yeah.
And I think you're learning that now.
Yeah, I've learned that.
Also, I think working class, like I grew up working class, you're working class. We spend what we have, don't we? You know what I mean? Paycheck to paycheck, you get a bit of money. Oh, it's payday. Let's treat ourselves. But you can't be like that when you're making.
That's what keeps you in the system.
It does.
So people get paid, say, $1,500 that night. Friday night, they go out Friday night, Saturday night, they've got £800 left, and then they've got £800 to live in on the month, and then they complain about cost of living crisis. But it's their own.
Well, yeah, but also it's not earning enough money. But then if you continue doing the same thing, no matter how much money you got, you can win the lottery, and statistically, you're going to lose all that money. If you don't fix the financial thermostat programmed within you, then even if you get money given to you, you'll lose it. So I hope with yourself, I know it's early days, but I hope that you've clearly shown that you know how to make money now. You've clearly shown you know how to find good deals, spot good deals. You've clearly shown you've got good work ethic, which is great. But now it's a case of just making sure that you can continue. How would you say this? Now it's important to remember to see your character growth. To show that actually, you know what, you're going to protect your reputation with your life. You're going to obsess over your investors. You're going to obsess over your customers, and not try and show off on social media, but actually try and build really good long-term relationships with your investors. Because another thing is as well, Kaine, that investor that partnered with you on that hotel deal, I don't know him, but guaranteed, if it goes well, in a year's time, he'll want to do another one.
Yeah, 100%.
So when you've got a good reputation, what happens is you can do business with the same people again and again and again and again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's the plan then? What's the plan? 2026, we've just entered a new year.
The plan, finalise everything that we did on that week. So obviously, finalise on the hotel, the third hotel, get that up and ready. But I've got business partners and that can all be sorted. And the plan is to scale on the hotels. Plan is to buy more properties similar to the ones in Scotland. Maybe, obviously, after I turn 18, I can buy in England. Yeah. So I can look around and shop around in places cheap like Grimsby. I get small little buy-to-let houses, and then that's just this year. Just build actual wealth and actual assets instead of spending money on.
Do you think you'll ever work a job again?
No, never. I couldn't.
Have you ever worked a job?
No, never in my life.
When you were 17.
But I feel like the reason I didn't work a job is because at 14, 15 years old, I was watching like your videos.
Yeah. So
I always wanted to change my mindset. So I'd watch you when I was 14. Then, because I started at such a young age, I set up my first business at 13. I set up my first profitable business at 14. I made 30 grand at 14, which is nothing, but it's good for a 14-year-old. And then I dropped out of school before anybody else could work jobs my age. So yeah, I don't think I'll work it.
What does your family think about what you've done? Obviously I spent time with your grandparents. What are they saying?
my nana's always just blown away, but she's the type of person who is proud of me, but she's always just waiting, like, as in, if I ever needed anything, she's like there.
Of course.
But
She don't care about what you have. She cares about who you are.
Sure.
Same as your investors.
Yeah. If I went to work a job, my nana would be the same.
Yeah, of course you would.
Like, obviously, all my family are proud of me, and I'm the only one in the family that does business for myself and makes my own money my own way.
Yeah.
But no, my family were just blown away by it, especially when you turn up at the house.
Can I see a picture of the car then that you got?
Okay.
Oh dear. I mean, it's very nice, but bro. And you crashed it already?
Yeah, shall I show you the crash?
Yeah, show me the crash. So you bought it for 7.5 because you thought it was 10, but actually it was 8.5, but now it really is 7.5 because you crashed it. You didn't get that fixed?
Yeah, eventually.
All right. There was 3 pretty intense moments that I remember. We've spoke about the one, which was over the dinner.
Yeah.
The second one was the sales, when I was trying to encourage you to get some deals over the line. Tell me about that. What happened?
So I had a couple calls and they didn't go well, and you was just coaching me on what to say, how to say it, what tone to say it in, perfect my actual script. And then
Was I too much? Was I getting too because I was kind of passionate and I was shouting and was that too much?
At first you wasn't being too much, you was just coaching me. And then I started stuttering. And you kept saying the same thing like 5, 6 times, 7 times. And I was like, I feel bad that I can't do it, but I'm also overthinking that I can't do it. And then I started stuttering. I literally couldn't get a sentence out. I couldn't even speak to you properly. You were telling me to repeat what you're saying. I can't even repeat the sentence you've just told me to say a second ago. I was like, right, can I just go to the toilet for 5 minutes? And then I ended up going to the toilet. Then I thought I'll sit out in outside area. I'll take away what you've just told me and make my own phone calls. And then I made a sale.
Right.
With what you told me. So, but in the moment, it was overwhelming, yeah. Because I was just thinking about everything other than what I needed to do.
Did you feel like quitting at that point?
No. I've never felt like quitting.
You just needed time out.
Just needed time out.
Yeah, that's called a state change. It's just like, look, man, I need to just change my state for a minute. I do this a lot. If I'm working on something or I'm trying to stack a deal and I'm just getting a mental blank, I just say, you know what, let me go and walk.
Yeah.
Going to walk, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, come back, start again. Which is what you did, which is fine. What do you make of that viewing went really bad where you smashed that guy's plates and that whole awkwardness, the shoes? Like, what do you make about that?
Was
that your fault?
I didn't really do anything wrong. All right, yeah, everyone else took their shoes off and I didn't. But realistically, I didn't do anything wrong. I was just doing...
I don't think you did.
He asked me hundreds of questions and I answered them all correctly. Never said anything wrong. He was asking me what happens in parties. He's asking me if I go out to nightclubs. I'm answering him professionally and correctly. All right, yeah, the plate's smashed. I was just checking for the fuse box.
What about the shoes as well? Because he did say, take your shoes off. I didn't see that you hadn't, but like, why do you think that was? Like, what happened there?
I just didn't hear him. I was probably...
Do you think you were just super focused on getting...
Because walked in, it was such a nice property. I was like, yeah, this is perfect.
It was so nice that you thought, you know what, I'm not going to take my shoes off. I felt really sorry for you, if I'm honest. Yeah. Because the shoe thing, fine. He was asking you a lot of questions. Then when the plates smashed, it totally wasn't your fault. Yeah. Whoever stacked those plates, that was a setup, wasn't it? That was some stitch-up thing. Because if I'd have opened the thing, you know what I mean? I just felt really bad for you. But I quickly left and got some cash. Because the guy looked quite tough, didn't he, anyway? So I was like, I don't want to have a confrontation.
He's wearing black gloves as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, some crazy morning. Did it help you at all? Did it kind of give you if that's happened, you know what? You know, like when it's raining and you're like, oh, I don't want to get wet, and you get so wet, you just think, you know what, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think it might have even helped you because you got to the point where you're just like, I'm already wet, whatever?
Yeah, literally. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because straight away we got in the car, I was like, you know what, if that's got to be the worst thing that happens today.
Yeah.
The day's only going to get better.
Yeah.
And then so
Can't get any worse than that.
can't get any worse than
They
that.
might reject me. They might say no to my offer, but I'm definitely not going to smash up their cutlery and, it's fine.
There's no light without rain. This is Andrew Tate, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no joy without pain.
Yeah. No darkness without light. You've experienced the bad. You've experienced the awkwardness. Now it's time to get some deals, and that we did. So what message would you want to leave to people that might have watched your journey, that might be interested in starting a business, stepping out? They haven't been handed anything on a plate. You weren't handed anything on a plate. Yes, I spent time. And some people will say that, oh, Kaine's only successful because Samuel helped him do it. Yeah, but you paid to be part of the academy with a loan in your nana's name. You stepped. Yeah, of course I helped you because you invested in my education company. So yeah.
A lot of people just sit on the sofa and expect an opportunity to happen to them. I mean,
they'll try and discredit you. Oh, it's all right for Kaine but actually you had no money. I mean, when we met, you were 16, you had no money, you just recovered or just were recovering from cancer on the back end of chemotherapy, working class, didn't know what anything was about property. You hadn't heard of Rightmove when we met. I mean, yes, you had entrepreneurial skills and you'd done stuff at school and you'd made a bit of money doing side hustles at school, so you had that fire and that gifting, but you're about as self-made as you can get.
Literally.
So, and no one's, Arnold Schwarzenegger says this, no one's self-made. I'm where I am because of people that have helped me, but they've helped me because I've positioned myself in the right place. So what message would you say to someone watching this that's wanting to get into business, make more money, escape the matrix, get out of their job? What advice would you give them? My
message is get into the right rooms with other people doing what you want to do. So it's kind of like, if I want to own a Lamborghini, I'm not just gonna sit back and not. If I wanted to own like a Lamborghini, I'm not just gonna work really hard and stay in my own corner. I'm gonna go and speak to people that own Lamborghinis, see what they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if people want to get into property, you'd go to a property networking event,
right? Speak
about property, hear about property.
Yeah.
If you want to do anything in your life, you should make it your entire life and make your entire personality of it. Like when I was first come to your crash courses and stuff, that's the only thing I was speaking about. Wake up, scroll Rightmove, get in the shower, get out, think about property, speak about property, go to school, speak about property, get kicked out of a lesson, tell my teacher about property. My entire life was property. So my advice is just fill your environment with what you want to do in life.
I love that, man. Well, big respect to you, Kaine, on what you've done. I'm very looking forward to seeing this next year, 2026, how it goes. If anyone's watching this and if you're interested in doing what Kaine's done, then what I would say is don't wait for me or anyone to turn up at your house and make it happen. You need to make it happen. I'll help you. In fact, I've put together a completely free online training session where I'll be referring to what Kaine's done and going into more detail, but also breaking down step by step what you need to do in 2026 to achieve the same thing. So if you want to join, some people will say, oh man, it's hard for me, but they won't even attend the free online training.
Literally.
I mean, you did the free online, you did it again and again and again and again and again.
Did it like 8 times.
And then finally we're like, right, now I'm going to actually get some one-on-one mentorship. So don't wish it were easier, wish you were better, and take the opportunities that are given to you. So free online training, I'll leave a link in the description. Help yourself, and then let me help you. So I'll leave a link in the description and register now. It's completely free. I'm going to be running a few sessions over the next couple of weeks so you can see the dates, and I look forward to getting to know you and helping you become financially free in property too. Kaine, pleasure. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you, Ron.
Well done. Proud of you, brother.